I'm 680 News Senior Business Editor Mike Eppel. We were watching the pot stocks fly high again today on Bay Street. This sector of the market has been easily the best performer of 2018, actually dating back for more than a year as anticipation builds for the October 17th legalization of cannabis sales. And these cannabis producers have seen their market valuations go sky high following last week's big deal, which saw Constellation Brands buy into Canopy Growth in a multi-billion-dollar transaction, and the Ontario Cannabis Stores announcing its list of 26 suppliers that will be supplying the market for online sales, again coming up mid-October. You look at some of these pot stocks. Canopy Growth is easily the biggest by market value, now worth more than $10 billion. This stock has gone up over 12 months by 487%. We're also looking at Aurora Cannabis, up 224% over a 12-month time frame. Quite the market reaction to the big deal announced today, the tentative one between Air Canada and a group of companies buying Aeroplan for more than $2 billion. Investors like the news, and it leads to perhaps some certainty for Aeroplan points collectors. We saw shares of Aimia, the parent company of Aeroplan, jump at one point by as much as 17%, and Air Canada stock was up by about 7% on the day. Big problems in Western Canada with the weather, and it could lead to higher beef prices. Not just the forest fires in British Columbia, but a severe drought in parts of Alberta where the rainfall this summer has been about 60% below that of a typical yearly average. And this has led to a shortage of hay being grown, and that could lead to a culling of the cow herd because it's too expensive to feed the cattle. The Alberta beef producers saying this could lead to a shrinking cow herd, and that could lead to higher prices that we pay for beef products at the grocery store. Has social media reached saturation? In North America, the Pew Research Institute says about 70% of all adults in Canada and the U.S. now are on some form of social media. And this is raising questions about the growth potential for things like Facebook or Snapchat or Twitter. Where those companies are still growing is overseas, specifically in markets such as India and China. But you look at the overall growth rate of Facebook, it has slowed, and its stock price has reflected that. It's raising some questions about how these companies continue to grow going forward, specifically outside of the North American marketplace. And tomorrow is going to mark a big day on Wall Street. It is going to be a record for what has been called the most unloved bull market in history. The S&P 500, the broader market average that tracks Wall Street stocks, is going to be in the bull run, not seeing a 20% correction for 113 months. This dates back to the March 2009 low coming out of the economic recession. And we've seen the markets go up dramatically since then, specifically the S&P, which has gone from 797 to almost 3,000. It has gone up a quadruple over that time frame. In comparison, the TSX, the Bay Street benchmark, has had a couple of 20% corrections over the same amount of time and is up by about 87%. From the 680 newsroom, I'm Mike Eppel for City News.